So I am sitting here with Joanne Mead, who is a client of mine, has been for a long time. She's a mother of four, a successful female entrepreneur. She has been and is the runner of multiple businesses. You've been in hospitality, you've been in property, you've been now in business coaching. You have the goal, according to your Facebook, I don't know if you can remember this, but of being happy, healthy and wealthy with your family, which is a magnificent goal, actually.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about that. And Joanne is the smiliest person that I know. I've said this for a long time, haven't I? You just never stop smiling, and I love that. Where did the smiley attitude come from?
Oh, I think the smiley attitude came from my family. That's just the way we've always been brought up.
I bet you your family portraits are amazing. Like, flicking through all photos and that, I bet you there's never a dull moment.
Oh, never a dull moment. We'll try and find comedy in everything.
Yes.
So,
Well,
yeah.
it's contagious, isn't it? Like, a smile is contagious. Like, I love being around you because you're such a good energy. And I always take the mick when we're in training and say, don't you stop smiling, don't you stop smiling. Because I love it. Because there's not many people who are smiling as regularly as you. So you've got that advantage. And again, do you think that's came because of your upbringing, Joanne?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So was it both parents? Was it like, who was it where you...
So I've never met my dad, so
Right.
so I don't know who he is, but I hope he's smiling somewhere. But our family was just we're a nursing family. I'm not from that gene missed me completely, but we've always been attitude of just gratitude and we're here and we've got each other and we just had the best time. Yeah.
Amazing.
With my grandma. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. It's definitely got so much to do with who you're hanging around as well. Like, and obviously, I imagine you've impacted loads of people where you've been, and it can't just be me who comments on this smiley thing. Surely other people do as well. Do they?
They do. I've had like mums say to us at school, like every time we pass you, you're smiling. So yeah, people.
Do you think that smiling more and keeping that good attitude makes you feel younger, but I'm also going to say look younger, because you have reached your 50th year this year, right? And I know people watching this are going to be like, no fucking way, she 50. My God. The people say that about my partner Tracy as well, like, you both look fantastic for your age.
Thank you.
So would you say that keeping a better attitude helps with feeling younger and acting younger as well?
Absolutely. 100%. It does, because you've got a better outlook on things, and it is right about who you hang about with, because all of my friends have now turned 50 and we've known each other for over 40 years. So yeah, it absolutely helps.
Amazing. So I've got a couple of quick fire questions for you, which
Okay.
is always good, rapid fire questions here, which are questions that you don't have to answer them like fast, but I'll rapid
Start
fire them
speed
here.
talking round.
When you think, because you're quite a successful woman who've done quite a lot and, are very willing to, have your fingers in loads of pie, shall we say, and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, you learn from it. When you think of the word successful, who's the first person that comes to mind and why?
Okay, so it's one of my mentors, actually. He doesn't know he's a mentor of mine, but it's Tony Singh, and he's I've worked with him for a long time. I met him when I set up a business, actually, and he gave me an opportunity, and we're now friends. And he's a hard mentor, and he'll tell you when he doesn't like things, or if he thinks things are going wonky. But yeah, him, because he's come from humble beginnings, and he's now a millionaire. So yeah.
Oh, amazing. What is something you believe that other people think is insane?
Oh God, that other people think is insane. That your thoughts become things. People think that is insane.
That is insane. And there's actually a lot of science in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Biology of Belief is a book that goes into that a little bit. But the scientists are now starting to realize how much your brain thought patterns, because you have something like 60,000 thoughts a day, according to neurologists, right? And out of them, about 80% are negative. That's what they estimate. And 90% are the same as the day before. What's really interesting about that is how most people are in fear. As we know, they're in this fear scarcity mode, and how much that really plays on them. It's different for me, and life sucks, and negativity breeds.
Yeah.
But where do you think, obviously we're talking about your upbringing, but how do you think you've managed to maintain that level of positivity and that belief that your thoughts are everything?
Through continuous self-development, absolutely, because it is daily practice. I do that now. I do it every day, and it's not an easy thing to do, but it's something I believe everybody should do.
Absolutely. And you've hit the nail on the head there, continuous self-development. Like
Yeah.
working on you, taking responsibility,
Yeah.
not just pointing the finger and but not failing to see the three pointing back at you. Like you're 3 times more responsible than anybody or anything else to take control of your life, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that continuous thing is like, it's so overlooked because we're in a quick, immediately gratifying world right now.
Yeah.
Where everybody wants something now, quick, one-click Amazon, drive-throughs, Just Eat, everything's just quick, quick, quick.
Yeah.
Like to be working and be patient and to fall in love with a journey and a process rather than just getting the outcome. It's a hard thing, but it's that continuous stuff that is the day in, day out little tasks being dedicated to, I guess you could say, being dedicated to betterment.
Yeah.
Is the thing that's going to push you over, right?
Yeah.
What is your favourite documentary or movie?
Favorite movie is Pursuit of Happiness. Love
I
that
wonder
film.
why. I wonder why, Joanne. Actually, it's quite a sad film, but it's got a great happy meaning to it and a good journey, hasn't it? Aye.
Yes, it has. It's fabulous.
Good old Will, eh?
Good old Will. So yes, and documentary. I've been starting to watch Arnold.
That's really good.
It's quite fabulous. That.
That's really good.
Yeah. He's really inspirational.
100%. Especially because people don't realise what he came from.
I know.
And he couldn't even speak English.
Uh-huh.
And like the dedication that guy's got. And the diversity as well. The politics to the action movie to the bodybuilding to like everything else in between. It's unbelievable.
But the dedication to learning new stuff is unbelievable, I think.
That, well, again, like you said, why? Because he's consistently developed himself every day. Self-development, right? What do you think you've purchased for, let's say, around 100 quid or under, that's positively impacted you the most?
Under 100 quid?
Yeah. Because right now, like in reality, £100 not a lot of money, mostly. Like to most people, like it won't get you very far in life. But there's probably a lot of things that you could spend that on, which would be really, really useful. It's a bit of a random question, but I'm just curious what you come up with that.
Oh, God. Do you know what? Me crochet set and wool.
Nice. So something creative.
Something creative,
That
yeah.
did the crochet stuff, because I know you're a very creative person. Hence you getting involved in lots of businesses and creating things and all that. Did the crochet, was that something you used to do as a child?
I did, yeah. Because like I say, we used to live with my grandparents, so and my granddad used to go to the club every night. My mum thought I was in bed. I wasn't. I was at the top of the stairs crocheting a long thing, but I
Right.
would always be sitting crocheting until he came in.
Right.
And then I just never did it. As I grew older, I fell out of love with it.
Do you feel that you do it now, and as you do it, you have this like fond nostalgia from the action of it, like reliving those times and those happy memories?
Yeah, definitely. Like my mum didn't crochet, but she used to knit. So
Right.
wool, just the whole thing, just everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that, because like now obviously we're in an epidemic of ill health, obesity, mental health issues, all that, and people are struggling to learn how to find happiness.
Yeah.
So I think, but a lot of things that goes overlooked is looking at what you did when you were younger that made you happy. So you talk about this crochet and at a time where you were happy when you were younger and you're with your grandparents and that. Like it's like video games and music.
Okay.
Like as I was a kid, I played a lot of video games. So I stopped it for a while. When you become an adult, like you do, you get responsibilities, you have the family, whatever, and you think, oh, I can't dedicate time to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I'm past that. You maybe feel selfish or guilty for doing something for yourself. So going back to those childhood things, like for me it was video games and music, like I make sure I put that in regularly now into my routine, whether it be like, at least once a week I'll have a get together with board games, or I'll play games, or listen to music like unfiltered and let myself just scream out loud and stuff. But what advice would you give on that front for allowing yourself the time and the space to be able to go back to things that you used to love? Because I imagine you probably, maybe because you're a busy entrepreneur, you're a mother of four, etc. As time goes on and you get extra responsibilities, you probably had that resistance of, oh, I haven't got time for that. Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, what would you say to people now in that place of, oh, I can't do that, I haven't got time, but that they're stressed and they're overwhelmed and they're miserable? What would you say to that?
Well, life's all about balance, isn't it? And I think because some of the work that we do is all about making that life balanced. So if you're putting designated time slots in to do the things that you love, like your hobbies, you don't feel as guilty because you've taken care of everything else. So that's how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've worked with me for quite a while now, both on a one-to-one basis. First as a group, you joined my group training program, TST, but we've been working one-to-one for well over a year now on the elite mentorship. So I'm just curious, before you started working with me, what would you say was your kind of biggest struggles? I know you've been a pretty optimistic person and a very go-getter, and sort of you would class yourself as a high achiever over the years, which I know some people will be able to relate to, some people won't. But what would you say was your biggest struggles and frustrations before starting with me?
Well, because I am a creative person and because I like to be doing all sorts of things, and I think I am a shiny objects type of person. Oh, we'll try that and we'll do this.
Yes.
But working with you keeps you accountable. So it just means, okay, it's great to have all those ideas, but let's just focus on this thing and see where it goes.
Yeah.
So actually getting the results is massive.
Yeah. What would you say before joining up to work with us one-to-one was your kind of like biggest hesitations? Because people have that, don't they, when they're about to like invest in someone for a long period of time, or it's going to cost money, or you can't. I know obviously we had a little bit of a working relationship over the years, but from taking it up to the next level with the one-to-one mentorship, what do you think was your reservations or your hesitations beforehand?
I would say probably, was I going to get what I needed from you? Because I suppose I know you in a fitness sense, which is great, which, you've always kept us on top of that. But my priority is business, and like I want to make sure that I push forward and that. So I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but it does massively.
Yeah, nice. What was your initial reaction when you first joined us, like on a one-to-one mentorship?
Like, oh my God, you get all of this for that? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah?
Because I have had coaches before.
Yeah.
But I don't think the value was as good as what I get working with you, honestly.
Yeah. I think we always buy based on value all the time. Like, we need to see that. But it's difficult sometimes when we're in our own head and we've got this idea of, I think a lot of it comes as to like overwhelm. Isn't it? Like that lack of priorities, that's basically what overwhelm is. Like people are one way, like you said, shiny object, one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So what do you think's when somebody's like, let's say they're wanting to invest in a coach or a mentor, could be myself or anybody else, like they're looking for that direction, they're looking for that accountability. What would you say is the best advice you can give to someone when they're looking to work with someone more intimately to sort out their life, their business, their whatever?
I would say think about your outcome, because ultimately you want to work with somebody to get somewhere. So depending on what your outcome is, can that person take you there? And what is their plan to take you there? Yeah, I would say that. Think about the outcome.
I think a good thing as well, like you're absolutely right there, it's the trust thing, isn't it?
Oh,
like, because it obviously it's a little bit easier for us because I've known you for so long. Like, we trust each other, we have a decent working relationship, but for a lot of people, that there's so many scams out there. There's so many people who just talk shit, who cold inbox you all the time, who are in your face. Like, how do you know? Obviously, we've had a working relationship for a long time. I've known you many years, but how would you know whether someone's kind of trustworthy or not, or whether to invest your time and your attention and your energy and your money into someone like a coach or a mentor? What would you say is that? Because a lot of, even if they seem legit, so I've noticed so many people, like, there's so many scams out there, isn't there? Like, people are so hesitant now to part with even their phone number, let alone their credit card details or anything. So what would you say when people are kind of on the fence of, is it a scam? How do I trust this person? What would you say to that?
Oh God, I would say, well, do your homework. Look into that person and, see what they've achieved before. Have you got do any of your friends know them? Because you're 7 people away from the people you want to know, aren't you? Apparently.
Yes.
But yeah, just research them a bit. And
Nice. Here's a question for you. How did the one-to-one mentorship so far, how has it impacted your business and your life?
Oh God, like massively. So yes, I do have several businesses, but it's made me decide, because I know one of the questions that you ask us a lot is, are your actions taking you to where you want to be, or are they getting you further away?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I ask myself all of the time. So I've made a massive shift in my business, and I've taken on something I've always wanted to do while still keeping a toe in hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in flow and you just think, this is it, this is definitely where I'm supposed to be. And even one of the expansion days, you had asked us to, I think one of the sheets was to plan your year out. Mm-hmm. And you're thinking, oh my God, I can't do this all today. But as we were writing it out, I did actually put some goals down in that time.
Yeah.
And they've happened because I set that intention.
Yes, because you're allowed the space.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, people get in this busy mode, don't they? Where they're all just busy with work, busy with life, busy with family. And they're like, they can't focus on the things that actually they want to do. They're focusing on a lot of the have-to-dos and the just to-do list, rather than giving themselves that. Because I don't think it's time that people lack. I think it's space. Like, when you come to these days and stuff, and when we have our meetings or our weekly catch-up calls, you've got that space to allow yourself to be a bit more creative, allow yourself to ask questions, to formulate a little bit more of a plan. Like, I think space is missing from people's lives. Mm-hmm. And when we did the default diary work, that showed you how much space you've got in your life as well to create. But we're so in our own heads until we have that person to show us a different perspective. We just get too tunnel vision, don't we?
Absolutely.
So what would you say, who would you say that the one-to-one mentorship is best for, the elite mentorship? Who would you say is the perfect fit for that? You can't see yourself.
Me? Well, it's perfect for me because it gives me accountability to move me forward in my business. But people who've been in the elite with us, they've wanted different things. So even if it's weight loss goals, confidence, it depends on what you want to do. So if there's something in your life that you need to push forward, get a coach like you.
Nice. I like it. Let me ask you one more question. If there is something, a phrase... Sorry. It's not you, actually. Is that the game?
It's a game.
It's a game. It's my game as well.
Uh-huh.
So me and Joanne have a little... inside the one-to-one mentorship, we have a game what we use towards progress with our goals, and we've got these set timers on my phone, and one of them timers has just gone off, right?
Uh-huh.
Just gone off. So my last question was going to be, if you could get a phrase, a word, a sentence tattooed on you, let's say you had to, you were at gunpoint, and it had to be something that would live with you for the rest of your life, but it had to be words, what would the words be?
Oh my God, Luke. Worry without action is pointless.
I like that.
That's what
I love that. You also said that, what was one of your ones? Discipline creates miracles.
Discipline does create miracles.
I love that one. Yeah. I think if I had to choose mine, I would probably go movement as medicine,
Yeah.
I think I've drilled that in so much that if I'm ever feeling low, the number one go-to, that's one of the simplest things, is getting your arse moving. And it's not just exercise I refer to, I just mean moving forward, momentum. Like, you could use that as an analogy for life. Movement's medicine, progress is happiness. Like, get moving on your goals, get moving on your life, and that's the medicine that you need to keep forward and keep inspired, right?
Yes, definitely.
Amazing.
Definitely.
Joanne, where can people find out more about you?
Well, you can look at Thrive on Facebook, Thrive Business Centre, and also Happy Crochet.
Nice.
I have a Facebook page there as well.
So Happy Crochet is your crochet subscription box.
It is.
Yeah, that teaches you how to be magnificently creative with all things crochet.
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 There's
Crochet.
no potatoes involved.
Crochet. And Thrive is Happy Business Coaching.
Happy Business Coaching, yes.
Amazing. Tremendous. Well, thank you, Joanne, for all of your time today. It's been magnificent. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazing. If you'd like to learn how to create outstanding levels of energy, motivation, and self-control, my second book, Supercharged, The Modern Day Guide to Doing Exactly That, is out now.